If you're not getting an ROI from your marketing agency, it's time to find a new one.
Don't pay attention to clicks. Don't pay attention to views. Don't pay attention to like what's generating the money.
If your agency's sending them reports with charts and green arrows going up on impressions and clicks and not reporting on actual revenue that they're
Yep.
extracting from House Call Pro or Service Titan or things like that, then you're probably being ripped off. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Elevated Trade Secrets, the podcast for home service and trade business owners who are serious about building something real. I'm your host, Jared Tangier, and today I've got Brandon Cerpa from Vandy's Heating and Air joining me. So let's get into it. Brandon, why don't you tell me a little bit about your background, your history? Start shortly after you were born until today.
Cool. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. So just to start off, I'm not the owner of Vandy's Heating and Air. I'm just a tech. And one special skill set that I have is marketing. So before I became a tech, I owned a agency that marketed for HVAC companies called Rapid Media Co. And I only knew everything about HVAC from the marketing perspective. So I didn't know how long a maintenance took. I didn't know how to, break down problems to a customer so that they can go ahead and give us money. I didn't know anything about that. So the field, I didn't know anything about it. 2 years ago, one of my clients offered me a spot at his shop to teach me HVAC. He liked that I could sell. He liked that I could market. He liked my work ethic, which are a few things you can't train. You can train HVAC though. So one of my goals is to show people, a lot of owners, that you can get someone that's green and train them up to whatever specific skill you need in your business to scale and grow your business. So anyways, moved me down here to Coleman, Alabama. And then partnership went stale 6 months in. Nothing crazy. Just I wanted to make more money. And I decided, hey, I know I can market the crap out of a HVAC company. I need to be in a role where I could be like a CMO. So that's where I came to Vandy's of a week of not being employed. I'm like, yo, I've owned a business before. I've been in an HVAC shop. I know what you got to do. I'm still really green diagnosing and stuff like that, but I'm willing to go out, install units, diagnose. But my main goal is to be your CMO. So we're at 3 trucks. I want to get us to 10. We're making good strides to get there, but that's a small summary of who I am and what I do. So right now I'm tech, but just throw CMO in there just to manifest it.
Hey, man, I love it. I love it. So are you on the sales side of it too? Are you going out and doing comfort advising, installation quotes, the whole nine?
I'm doing it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just ran a March Madness special mini split campaign for here in Alabama. Homeowners get an $800 rebate. So it's a check in the mail that they get on it. And then we slap that with another $300 rebate for air sealing. So we air seal their home. So we usually sell mini splits for $4,300. We sell Centerville brand K and 12K BTU units, just garages, easy installs, nothing too crazy. So we did a Facebook ads campaign on that. We spent $300. We got 15 leads out of that, closed one deal, still following up on others, but 300 into 3,300 gross seems like a winner to me. So I went out, I marketed the campaign, talked to the lead, sold the unit, installed the unit. So I'm doing all
End to end. Did you run the campaign too?
I ran it all. Like I'm not joking. Like I want to know every aspect of the business so we can effectively grow this. That way we're not spending, a ton on ads and then, our 3 trucks can't handle all that workload. I've worked with plenty of contractors who are like, dial back the spend, dude, we're too busy. And I'm like, that's the worst thing you want to do because you're training meta. It's like a dog, right? If you give it a treat when it does something good, well, now it knows positive behavior. If you give it a negative signal, like a spanking, right? You turn off your ads. That's a negative signal. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do any negative signal. So a lot of people here, a lot of contractors tell their agencies, lower the spend, up the spend. Where are my
Right, they think it's a faucet, right? You just turn it on and turn it off, right? But it's really not the case. And as soon as you pause a campaign, when you reactivate, it has to go through the learning process again, right? So you're better off just committing to it is really where.
And that's the hard thing that a lot of HVAC contractors have. It's so seasonable. So I resonate with them too. Like, yeah, don't run ads in the wintertime, but there's other types of stuff you can run in the wintertime to get deals coming in, stuff like that. So I'm big on retargeting. I love retargeting our current database. If they have touched our Instagram, Facebook, website, they're going to get hit with our ads no matter what. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing. Like today I did 2 maintenances. I'm going to go check someone's pressures after this, and I'm going to finish off my day with another maintenance there.
Thank you for squeezing us in. I'd love to dive a little bit more. You have a very unique perspective where you transition from generating the leads to closing the leads, right? So what takeaways, what can you share with everybody about what actually, you probably have the best insight on what a good quality lead looks like.
Yeah, I'll do my core 3. So lead qualification and fast follow-up, and then meeting the lead where they need to be. So what does that mean? So lead qualification. When you're generating leads, typically you're asking for the name, email, and address. Well, that's fine, but if you've ran meta ads before, you know that, let's say you're in North Alabama, right? So we can go an hour anywhere and we'll be fine. But if I get a lead that's out in like Birmingham, which is 90 minutes out, like I don't want that lead. I'm not going to go out there to do a free estimate or anything like that. Like just not worth, especially with gas right now. Are you kidding me? So one question you want to add, and this is on ad quality. It's going to help your campaign a lot if you're running ads, and it's going to help the sales team and everyone. Is if you ask, do you currently live in X county? So if you work in a county or conglomerate of counties, just say, do you live there? If they say yes, great. They get to the next phase and we send that data to Meta. If they say no, well, Meta will just cancel out that lead and not send that data back. Meta optimizes on the signal you send to it. So if it wants to get you leads, so if it sees all these people from a county 90 minutes out are filling it out and it's not getting you leads, they're going to stop serving those ads to those people, and they're going to serve ads to only people in your county, right? So that's the first step, making sure that you're actually generating quality leads by asking the right questions. Don't ask, can you spend 12K on a unit, right? You're going to scare all your leads away. There's other stuff like, are you okay with our team doing a full diagnostics of your system? Meaning checking the air handler, making sure the drain lines aren't clogged, checking the capacitor, checking the contactor, like everything, right? And if they say no, that's probably not a lead you want, because they're going to, when you do go out there and you say, hey, I checked your air handler and you have microbial growth, they're going to say, well, why were you looking at that stuff? They're going to make it feel like you're looking for problems, right? So ask questions. That's the first thing. The next, fast follow up, super easy. I take my phone here. I took a picture of the sign behind me like this, like a thumbs up. I was in Oregon a week ago. That's where I'm from, Oregon, running this Facebook ads campaign, and a lead came in. And yeah, you can have a CRM and stuff, but I have a 541 number. The area code here is 256. I don't really care. I texted them a picture of myself, selfie I took a week ago, or prior to that exchange. Hey, this is Brandon with Vandy's. Saw that you're interested in a mini split. What room are you trying to cool? That's it. That's all I said. What room are you trying to
Qualify
cool?
them, right?
Yeah. And they said, oh, I'm trying to cool my garage. Great. How big is your garage? Question mark. And then the secret there is I followed up within 5 minutes. You got to do that. If you follow up within 5 minutes, your chances increase. And then the second thing is I'm still following up with the leads to this day. Still calling them, still texting them. There's one person that's convinced they just need to clean their mini split so it can cool better. It's a 12-year-old mini split.
Yeah, it's gone.
It has no,
They're
it's
done.
gone.
Yeah, it's
They're
gone.
done. But I'm still
Yeah.
going to follow up, right?
Yeah,
I'm
of
just
course.
letting, because that means that's more profit from our ads that we've been running.
So let's take the follow-up
Yeah.
and the speed to lead follow-up a little bit deeper. Why not automate that, right? Have you tested that? Yeah, because you can send that photo and that initial question.
I want to be completely honest. My boss has tasked me to do marketing tasks that cost $0. He
Okay.
doesn't want to spend anything
Fair
on
enough.
marketing. So
Fair
we
enough.
could automate it.
Yeah.
And you absolutely could, but what happens when that, I did it for my agency clients when I had it,
Yep.
12 follow-ups. And we've seen recently with AI conversation bots, if the AI conversation bot pushes for a schedule, it's more successful than having scripted follow-ups on like a go high level or something like that. So also I like personal touch. So if a lead texts me back, I'm going to call them right away. Right. I just
Yeah.
like, and the downside is a lot of techs, a lot of business owners, they're so busy.
Correct.
But for me, I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing to get that lead, because I know it'll lead to, $3,000, $5,000. I mean, I sold 2 Remy Halos just texting off that, texting a lead, it's just texting. It was at night. I still called. My wife gets it now. She's been with me for 10 years.
Right.
She knows if I'm taking a call at 10 o'clock, it's a sales call. She doesn't get
Correct.
mad anymore. She's like, why are you always working?" Well,
Right.
I'm trying to set us up for successful. So you can definitely automate follow-ups. I recommend training an AI bot, which if you don't know how to do that, it's totally fine. Go high level as a form and you can create a little bot in there and tell it all your core values. If you have core values in your company, which you should absolutely have core values in your company, say, this is our prices for this. This is our process for scheduling a call. And then the little AI bot can go ahead and push for the schedule call on a House Call Pro link or Service Titan link or whatever booking link you have.
That's awesome. Well, this is a great transition into implementing AI for home services, for HVAC, for plumbing, for electrical. It sounds like you have some experience with that. We have some experience with that. So, what ways are you using it, or do you feel like it's best used, and what areas should people avoid it?
The best use case we've had so far with AI, from a tech perspective, like service tech, is making sure we're busy during the slow season. Oh, in Alabama, nice 60, 70, won't get the phones ringing, but what does get it ringing is having our AI agent Vanessa text all our existing customers that are not on a service plan, excluding the database. So on House Call Pro, you can segment all your data of people who are not on the service plan. That way, if they are on the service plan, they don't get a text and like, "Well, I thought I
Yeah,
was on it," right? And then you have to deal with
that's the
that.
worst thing that could happen.
Yeah. So, and it's Vanessa, and then you have just 3 follow-ups. "Hey, it's maintenance season. You don't want to be stuck out in the summer being hot, right? Schedule a maintenance today." And then it's literally just a booking link with our House Call Pro to schedule a biannual maintenance. And it's been good because we've been able to keep our 3 techs, including myself, busy. Each one of us this week, we've had 3 calls consistently, if not more. So I did 5 yesterday. But
So, three a
AI,
day, every day this week.
everyone this week and last week, I think minus like a Thursday, one of them had like 1 call, but I've had I've had 3 calls. Our star tech, who's like, he can fix anything by looking at it. He's been doing more service calls, but
Yep.
he's also been doing maintenances to keep him busy. And then our other installer, who also does maintenances as well, we've been keeping him busy as well, all because AI is automatically reaching out to these people and saying, our existing customer base, we're not getting new leads or anything, saying, "Hey, we have a maintenance plan. You don't want to be stuck in the summer," right? So that is a little bit of marketing psychology. Your people have been stuck in the summer before when their AC is not working. It sucks. They don't want to do it again. So just remind them about it and then just schedule them right there. And then my biggest tip for, on a business owner's perspective is don't focus on that exact KPI of how many people filled out this form, because I guarantee you a lot of people forgot about our company, looked us up on the internet, on Google or something, and then they filled out the maintenance plan. Because I got like 5 bookings on our website for a maintenance plan that wasn't tracked from the text SMS campaign. So as a business owner, look at the overall revenue and how the machine's operating, not just that one key metric. Because as techs and everything, and being diagnosing, and then being a business owner, you want to see that one key thing that's making everything run. Just take a step back, be a business owner, look at how the overall business and the schedule is looking after you do one. Like, that's one lever we pulled right there.
Yep.
And then
Sometimes it's all it takes.
your other question was like how not to use AI.
Yep.
Yeah, just don't be sloppy and bland. Like, I kind of irks me. I like, great, use AI, but I see people like use ChatGPT to write all their copy, and there's obviously like errors in it. Like, it'll say like free tune up, and I'm like, I know you charge $50 per tune up. Like, it's not a free tune.
It contradicts itself. Like right at the top, it says $49 AC tune-ups, but then in the copy, they're saying free.
Yeah, I've been in rooms where people they will go on ChatGPT, write it, because I used to work with a lot of business owners, so I saw it, right. Been in rooms, ChatGPT, copy paste, throw it on a Facebook ad campaign. Didn't read it. I was like, you're paying. On Meta reads all that, so whatever. Like, you really got to pay attention to what you're telling Meta, who you're trying to target. Two, come on, let's be marketer. Like, I'm just big on marketing, so I actually I study copywriting, and I'm like, that's not going to work. Hey, and sometimes it does work, but that's just something that irks me. Stop being a bland generic. Like, actually put work into what you're going to put out there. Um, 'Cause immediately when it comes to like text campaigns, email campaigns, stuff like that, don't You got to put, some people like let ChatGPT do the thinking for them. We're the brains. We got to prompt ChatGPT and make sure like, hey, this is what we want. Then your outcome's going to be way better than just a copy and paste prompt from ChatGPT.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like AI can't replace a human, right? It shouldn't, any human element of a business, you should not be looking for AI to replace that. I mean, maybe a call answers, like a AI answering service for 24, after hours calls if you don't have a call center. One of the ways we're using it is for online instant estimates. And so, from your marketing days, anytime you're paying for an ad or getting traffic to your website, you need to convert every single visitor,
Of
right?
course.
So you need to give them every single option to convert. So one of the things that we've been testing is the customer types in a short description of their problem, right? Whether it's, an indoor unit, outdoor unit not working, their furnace isn't firing, whatever it could be. They give their zip code, name, email, phone, and the AI spits out a range, 800 to 1500 or whatever. And then
Yeah.
it would go to a sales tech like you, and you would call instantly. Just a lead. I think AI can help with lead capture, right? But I don't think it's not doing much on the sales side aside from automated follow-ups.
Yeah, I agree. Everything you can do to make it easier for the customer, and if that means using AI to make it easier for them to get the service they want, like pricing, it's fine. And like I do want to talk about pricing.
Yeah, let's dive into it.
My videos where I talk about pricing blow up. So on Instagram, TikTok, I don't know what it is about the HVAC industry, but everyone's always so scared to talk about pricing. If you go to our website, I have articles, tons of articles, all written by AI. But with our SOPs and our pricing from House Call Pro, like it says, like an average motor repair between 800 for a basic motor, 800 $1,300, right? I'm giving them a price range. I'm not saying like, oh, this is gonna be this exact price. Like customers just want to know what they're getting themselves into before they start like looking, right? So for me and my like on our website, like we have our pricing there. Customers can look at it and be like, I'm not calling these guys. They're too much. And that's fine,
That's fine.
it saves us time because now we don't have to go out there and have to like fight them or just,
Convince them that it's worth the investment.
we can go to the customers that know what our prices are. They respect our work. They like that we're a local owned company, not private equity. They like that we're veteran owned. They like that our team actually diagnoses. So on like social media, when I put pricing out there that I charge, 850 for a bulb or, 2300 for a Remy Halo LED, like I put everything out there. And I think that's something that a lot of contractors are going to need to do, especially more that, millennials and like millennials and then Gen Zs, they're going to start having to have HVAC problems with these houses they're buying. I know everyone's saying they're not buying them. Small market, they're buying them, right? I'm looking for a house, right? They still need like every house
Yeah.
has a unit. Someone's going to be in there looking for you. You want to make sure you have different ways to make different types of customers happy, which is why AI is perfect for that.
And price transparency also accelerates a home service business's visibility in
Yeah.
large language models. So these young generations, they're going to be the first ones to adopt ChatGPT to replace Google as their primary area. And what do you think the first thing they're going to search for is? How much does it cost to get my AC replaced? How much does it cost for indoor air quality services? Whatever they're looking for, right? They're going to ChatGPT, and if you have price transparency in your local market, you're going to win that citation.
No, that big on that. Know your market because we're in Huntsville, Alabama. So there's a lot of rocket scientists here, a lot of really smart mechanical people. They do it in front of me. I go, hey, this is the issue, and it's gonna be this much. They use Gemini a lot because they probably use Google and they work wherever they work. They use Gemini, type it in, and they look at it and they're like, okay, we can move forward with the pair. Like these customers are using AI to confirm what the tech's saying. Like even 2 years ago, yeah, like whatever the tech says, they're the professional, they're the pro. But now the tech has to be aligned. Like they don't have to be aligned with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT has to be aligned with the tech to make sure like everyone's spot on. And I had this homeowner and he's like, yeah, ChatGPT told me that, my compressor was going out and these other 3 companies were trying to sell me a new unit. The thermostat wasn't calling for his compressor to turn on. And I was like, yeah, you have zero voltage between the common and your yellow wire right here. Why? There needs to be a connection there. And then I went over to his G wire. He was right there. He's just one of those customers I was hovering. I was like, look, you have a connection at your thermostat. You have a connection calling for your fan. That's why your fan's coming on. But even though on your thermostat, when you press it to go cool, it's not calling for this to turn on. So he just needed a new thermostat and that fixed it there. But a company came there, sold him a new board, sold him a new contactor, and that might have fixed those issues. but it certainly didn't fix the issue he wanted it, which is to have a working unit. And then he had two other companies, private equity. They're like, yeah, you need a new unit. And I'm like,
That's all they're pushing.
I was like, is diagnosing dying? It's like,
Right.
and then that's another topic that, helps me blow up on social media saying that diagnosing's dying. I don't know. I think it is because on my comments, everyone's like, just sell them a new unit. It's a TXV. And it could be joking. I get the jokes, but I was like, no, like you actually got to learn how to diagnose because if you can't, your customer's just going to call a company like us. We're going to come and actually diagnose it. And our customer's our customer. So that's another
True.
thing. Make sure you're
Yeah, and they're
training.
your customer for life, right? It's not
Yeah,
just they didn't just lose a couple of they might have been able to sell a 10K, 15K install, right? One time, but if somebody else comes in and repairs, they're never going to call that company again. If they come and get a quote, Brandon comes out and says, "No, I can repair this. We can just repair this for $800." When they need a new unit in 5 years, who are they going to call? Right? When their unit is beyond repair,
yeah.
right? So it's being short-sighted versus being having long-term vision.
Correct. 100%, man. It was just cool. It was cool to see that yesterday. It was yesterday. Like I literally just posted about it, and he was like, "Yeah, we thought we had to pay $6,000, but now we just have to pay like $500 for the thermostat." And I'm like, what are you gonna do with the extra money? He's like, "Well, now we can actually like go to the beach. We got our tax return, and we're gonna use that money to go to the beach." And I'm like, "Great! Like this family gets to go." Like I look too deep into it, right? I'm also like, remember, guys, I'm a marketer. Like this family, because they called us, they are able to now enjoy not only their home being colder, right? Or removing heat, whatever you guys want to say. But now they also get to go to the freaking beach for vacation, make memories because an HVAC company didn't go there and try to push a unit and oversell it. Like, we're the hero, right? And like, that's what I like. Some guys are gonna say like, you totally, lost opportunity to sell a compressor for 5 or 4 or a little bit lower. I don't care. These guys are having a good time. Our company looks good. We got a banger testimonial. I'll take it.
Yeah, the review is worth more than the install sometimes.
Well, dude, I got him on video saying these are like if you're watching this and you're a business owner and your tech's my age, 25 to 30, dude, just have them get pictures of smiling customers, have them get video testimonials. They're on their phone on TikTok anyways. Have them make content. It's probably not part of the job. Give them an extra dollar or something for a review. So I don't know. I think I think more organizations need to start having their techs make content, but that's just me because I
I mean,
know a lot of
incentivize it.
you won't do that.
We
But
incentivize our team. I mean, like my account managers know if they get a video testimonial from one of our clients, they get $100, right?
boom, there.
Every time, right? And we're not serving as many customers as an HVAC company is, but why your techs care about money. They want to bring a little extra home, right? Maybe they can use their video testimonial money to take their family out to the beach, right?
100%.
Anybody can fake a written testimonial, right? But you can't fake a video testimonial, at least not yet. Back to the AI conversation. It'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. That's getting there. That's really close.
Yeah. I know we're approaching time, but I wanted to talk. You mentioned your age, right? Late 20s, right? You,
Yeah. I'm 26.
26. So you've been through a lot. You've seen a lot. You tried marketing. Now you're in the tech and sales side of the industry. What was that transition like? Where do you think you're gonna? I know you want to become the CMO and get back into the marketing side, but Gen Z and the trades, it's not really like as prominent, as popular as it used to be, right? All of our parents and the baby boomers, they're gonna be aging out, right? They're gonna be, and we're gonna end up having a shortage of home service techs. That's HVAC, that's plumbing, that's electrical, right? And that's going to cause the cost to rise for homeowners. So how do you think young HVAC techs or young guys, young girls that want to get into the trades, how should they go about it?
So so here's how I got into the trade. A guy liked my skills and he goes, come, I'll train you. And he trained me and then he put me through a program called like Be Trained, which is like a little trade school. It's in, it's out here in Huntsville and I'm not knocking it, but like I learned more by just doing the actual job. I think everyone's going to learn more that way because, you know, it was between 6 and 9 at night. I was really tired of doing job. And I was like, I'm so tired. And then we're looking at books and then we're like theory and then like heat transfer and how to do like all this fun stuff, which is great. It allowed me, by the way, I have my state Alabama license. I did HVAC for 16 weeks. I have a state freaking license. I can open up a shop. That should not be legal. Just
Right.
saying that. Don't revoke my license. I like it that I have. But there's guys out there that have done HVAC for 5 years. They don't have their state license, right? So I'm just being very clear with kind of like my journey is very unique. But if I were to do it all over again and trying to get into the trade, the first thing off is like, what's the potential, right? Like people my age, they just want to make more money right now. They just want to make more money. I think a lot of us are like, hey, like we can't save our way to being successful. So at the end of the day, like just tell me flat out how I'm going to be making, right? So on average, you're going to be making like 45K, 50K, lower end 30K, higher K 60K, starting out into HVAC, right? There's apprenticeships which you can go to but are hard because if you have a job and anything like that, you may not be able to do it or pay for it. You can't quit work, right? If you have bills and stuff and then go do an apprenticeship, like that's going to suck. I'm a big proponent of course careers. I'm an affiliate, so I'm shouting them out here. But it's a training program. It's $500 a month. Luke, or I don't know, Mr. Distasio. Does that ring a bell to you?
No, I'm not familiar.
Okay. He had this big shop, and now he trains other big shops, and now he has this online training program where a tech can go through everything and learn the fundamentals of HVAC, but it doesn't teach you hands-on training.
Of course.
I go through it. If I have a question on a diagnosis, I go through it. I look at the video and I'm like, "Oh, I forgot this." When I go do installs, it's a good brush up to make sure like, okay, I got to make sure I'm doing my install properly, right way, and then I check back with my code books here to make sure it's all up to code. So I use course careers, right? If you are a HVAC owner and you want to get more people hired that actually know what they're doing, say, hey, we're like forecast, right? So it's January, it's February, it's March. You're going to need extra labor summertime. Go find those green people that don't know anything and be like, hey, like let's say they apply and they don't know anything. You go, cool. I need you to go invest in this course. It's $500. And if they invest in it and they learn, it's probably a good chance that they're going to be a good employee from you because they use their own money. They're being self-dependent and they're investing in themselves. And it's hard to tell, like, if like who is it? I think MLM companies do it all the time. They're like, buy your own product.
Yep.
And like, it's not taboo, right, to do that. But as a business owner, if you want
Well,
to get
it
more,
makes sure that they show commitment, right?
yeah.
That's part one. They're committed to what they said. They're not just looking for any job.
And then again, like you want to find the people that have a good work ethic. Like there's a lot of Gen Zs out there that don't have a good work ethic. I'll say it. Like we don't have the strongest work ethic. We want to do the bare minimum. We want to get paid the most. Like that's just kind of what it is. Like I'm just saying how it is. Not everyone, but most of what I see.
That's
I worked with people, we got paid the same, and I was doing 10 times more than them. They're doing the bare minimum because we got paid the same as a minimum wage job. I've been there. I'm just the type of person that always does as much work as I can.
I love that idea of having, when you're trying to vet new employees, qualify them, make sure they're not going to waste your time, make them invest or request that they invest their own money into the training program. But they could take, as a business owner, you could take that a step further. You could say, after 12 months of employment, I'll refund you that.
Yeah, it's $500.
Right. It's not a ton, but it's like a $500 bonus.
You can finance it for 12 months with no interest. I don't know what the math is right there, but it's less than $100 a month.
Right.
And then once they pass the course, say, look, I'll employ you. I'll pay you this salary or not salary, this, hourly wage here. And, if you want to go shadow calls with someone for like a week or two, and then if you have a truck, send them out. And if you're a business owner, expect this. If you actually do this, expect this. Your phone's gonna be ringing because my first 3 weeks, every call I went to, I go, okay, I got, I was on the phone with the guy that sent me out here. I'm like, okay, I got power in the contactor, but it's not pulling in. He's like, okay, do you have power at the thermostat wire? And I was like, no. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, because, and I was like, I'm like, oh, because the board's bad. He goes, no. Did you check the safety switch? I'm like, no, I didn't check that. He goes, well, go check the safety flow switch real quick. So I'd go and I'm like, there's water in the panel. What do I do next? He goes, well, do you have a vacuum pump? And I'm like, I do have a vacuum. He goes, take all the water out, let the homeowner know, drains are clogged, sell them on a maintenance. Great. So if you are going to do that route where you are trying to invest in someone that's green and you're trying to get them to invest in themselves, get ready for a crap ton of phone calls. Because heck, I even do it with Vandy still to this day. I've been doing this for 18 months. Sometimes there's calls where I'm like, I don't know. I'm not perfect at this. So I'm going to call him, and you just have to have grace with the newbies. But if you truly want, because like Vandy's investing in me by like he allowed me to work here, and for me as an employee, I'm like, okay, he knows I'm not the best tech, but he knows I have marketing material, so he invested in me, right? I got paid, and now he showed me my incentives. What do I need to sell to make extra money, right? He was very clear about it, like. I get $40 per maintenance. I get $120 today. I did 3 maintenances, $120 extra. I like that. I like eating expensive food. I like sushi. I like hibachi. I'm like a fat, I'm a fat ass, bro. I love eating. You got to be super clear, because there's some shops where they hire someone, put them in a truck, go fix that thing, and then they're mad when they leave, 4 weeks later or 6 weeks or 3 months later. Like the churn is really high. Churn is turnaround time between employee or client or stuff like that. If you want to get someone knowledgeable, see if they invest in themselves first. It'll tell you really like who they really are. And if they really want it, they'll find the money. Like when you really want something, you're gonna find the money. And especially if you can finance it, like you don't have to use course careers, but there's other programs out there. Maybe you used one of you were getting better like in the field. Use that, like whatever it is. But I'm a big proponent of course careers because they're my affiliates.
All right, there you go. There's your plug. There's your plug for Course Careers. That's awesome. Real before we wrap up, you said you guys are at 3 techs, right, including you.
Yeah, so it's James. That's James, the owner, right there.
Yep.
And then James, our all-star tech. We have Teddy, who's our installer, who does maintenance as well, and he came from the commercial side, and he's very knowledgeable about anything. Like we'll be installing a unit, and he goes, "That vent shouldn't look like that," or like any little thing. So it's cool to be around these guys that know so much as a young guy, because then I get to learn from these guys too. And then there's me, which I do maintenance, diagnosing, run service calls, and then marketing and sales.
Awesome. Awesome. And what kind of growth are you guys looking to expect this year?
Dude, I don't know, but I want to get us another guy so I can do more marketing. I don't want to be out in the field. Like I
You
told
don't?
Vandy,
Okay.
no, I told Vandy this. I'm not passionate about fixing AC units. I'm not passionate about installing them. I'm passionate about making money. I like business and I like money. So I'm very clear about it. Bandy's like, hey man, like the love of money is like sinful. I understand it. It's not because I love money. It's because I like the game. I like scaling, growing businesses. I've
Yes.
seen, I've, dude, my business partner right now, I know I'm over my time. My partner right now, he has a shop in Phoenix, zero HVAC knowledge like me. He has 10 installs every week of mini splits because he just knows marketing.
Yep.
He pays his installers $300 a piece per install. I think he sells Mitsubishi units, so it's like $1,100 for everything. And then he just makes sure the guys have all the tools and everything they need, and he's there to support them and like work with the customers. But he's marketing, he's selling, and then his team's doing all the rest of the work. And I know so many HVAC companies have been burned by marketing guys, and it sucks because a lot of marketing guys. I'm gonna say it. Some marketing
Yeah,
guys,
say it.
they just suck. Like they don't know what they're doing. I've looked at campaigns and I'm like, why'd you pay this money for this? Like,
Well, they
why are we,
suck and they're criminals, right? Like
dude?
they're no different than the companies that are out there just pushing installs when it's something could be replaced, right?
100%.
It's the exact same. They don't have the business owner's best interest in mind. They have their own best interest in mind.
But so like my old business partner who was at Rapid Media, he spends $8K and he's getting 10 installs a week, right? So 10
Talk
installs a
about
week.
our
He's got a great ROI, but it's because him and I have marketing backgrounds and we're not looking at that one little specific metric from Google or Meta or Snapchat or TikTok, like whatever we're pulling out. We're not looking at one thing. We're looking at how the whole overall business runs.
So I think the takeaway from that is if you're not getting an ROI from your marketing agency, it's time to find a new one or to bring it in house.
Either bring it in house or have a real talk with them,
Yeah.
because they don't pay attention to clicks, don't pay attention to views, don't pay attention to like what's generating the money. That's all you want to pay attention to. And if they go, it takes time, I call, because ads, if you're running ads do not take time. I have plenty of campaigns right now where we started them up and boom, we got leads that like super quick and convert. Like the mini split that we sold for Facebook ads, it was from the day I turned it on to day 3, we closed the deal.
Yeah,
He was
everything
lead
you
number
just said
9.
is exactly what it's funny. Is exactly what I put in we have an upcoming webinar on April 7th about how to hold your marketing agency accountable. And everything you just said is part of our ad copy for the webinar. right?
Yeah.
It does. If your agency's sending them reports with charts and green arrows going up on impressions and clicks and not reporting on actual revenue that they're
Correct.
extracting from House Call Pro or Service Titan or things like that, then you're probably being ripped off.
If you're not having a marketing rep that's up your ass and like saying, "Hey, we did this. What's the change here?" Or, "Hey, how are sales going this week?" Like you probably need a different marketing company.
Yeah.
And
Or
like
pulling that themselves directly from House Call Pro or Service Titan.
exactly, because I'm like with my I have Facebook ad clients on the side. Like 7 to 5, I'm HVAC Vandy's. 5 to 9, me and my AI bots, we're doing ads. Like that's what I'm doing, right? Because I really love marketing, right? So I'm trying to. That's my goal. Trying to grow Vandy so that I can be here all the time in the office,
Right.
comfy in the office, not outside. And like I forgot what my point was, but essentially, oh yeah, like being on your ass, dude. Your marketing person, whoever's handling your account, they need to know everything that way. Because I'm both in the business and also I'm out in the field too, so it's easy for me to do it. But it's really hard for an HVAC owner that maybe has 1 or 2 or 3 employees and then hires a marketing company. And then that marketing company has 12 other or 15 other companies. And maybe the marketing company only has 2 or 3 people there. Cause now everyone's all busy, right? Where every human's busy. So maybe they only talk twice a month or once a month. It's not going to work out. You want someone that's hitting every metric. So with all my clients at 6 o'clock, they know they're getting some sort of update from me every day, and then it's automated for me because I use Manus and Perplexity computer, but they're getting something from me to check on metrics. And if the metrics aren't being hit, we have a conversation about it. We don't get mad at each other. We go, hey, this is what we got to do. Meta just had Meta just bought Manus AI, like a really big AI platform. You don't think the ads are going to be wonky for a few weeks because they just integrated a huge AI platform. So I got to have a lot of those conversations on that side too. But overall, my big three is uh, burn money on marketing, but make sure you're making money back.
Right.
Uh,
I
fast
don't know if I would
follow
call
up,
it burn. I would say invest.
invest. Yeah. I just love spending a lot of money on marketing. Like one of my clients were spending $1,500 a day. I'm like, I love it. But she's making it back. She has a 2x ROI. So every dollar she gets 2 back. So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it.
Right.
And then like fast follow up, exceptional customer service, explaining everything to the customer up front, lots of pictures, right? Like all these little tips like help me go really well for the customer.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you, Brandon, for joining me today. This was really awesome. Looking forward to getting this published. But if anybody wants to reach out to you, talk to you, where's the best way for them to contact you?
Brandon does HVAC on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and then my Facebook's Brandon Cerpa. So
All right.
I'll see
Awesome,
you there.
man.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we can have a follow-up, a longer one where I can go really in depth because I know there's a lot of shops out there that really want to elevate their marketing, but don't know exactly what to do or who to trust because it's so,
It's
weaselly
sketchy.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sketchy out there. You got to be really careful about who you trust with your marketing. But yeah, definitely. Love to have you back on. Thank you guys for tuning in to Elevated Trade Secrets, and we will see you next time.
See ya. Bye-bye.